Do not trust anyone, even your own family. Honestly, what the Imagine being betrayed this bad by your own parents. You will not believe what happened to these boys, and they literally shouldn't be alive. Now, this is a 100% true story, so if you're easily scared, just keep on scrolling. So, cousins Paris and Maron. They were quite close, but they didn't really see each other that often. Now, they were both asked by Paris's dad to go and work in his car wash in Venezuela. At first, they weren't really sure and thought, why do we want to do this? But he was offering quite good money. They were a bit lazy and were just sat at home not really doing much. So they thought, screw it, we're not going to college or anything, let's just do it. It's something we can do together, right? Now, Paris's parents were split up, so his dad moved to Venezuela to start this business, and he lived back at home with his mum, and he hadn't seen his dad for quite a long time. Now, when the cousins arrived in Venezuela, they pulled up to his huge mansion, and they were like, Jesus, like, what is going on? Big for someone who owns a car wash, right? It was a lovely house, and they had everything they wanted there, but was still a bit baffled at how he's done this. But it must be cheap in Venezuela, so they just ignored it and thought, well, let's get to work. They worked tirelessly for several weeks and were enjoying the job until things got strange. Paris's dad was acting very, very strange, very scatty and getting worried over small things, and they thought, what is going on? Until one day at work at the car wash, SWAT teams broke in and tied everyone up. They arrested absolutely everyone who was working in the car wash, including the two boys who had no idea what was going on. The police interrogated and tortured every single person there, including the boys. They went through absolute hell, the worst punishment you can imagine, trying to get information out of them, which they had no idea what it was. They later found out that the dad was now a huge drug dealer and was using the car wash to launder huge amounts of money. He had literally used his son and his nephew. Now, this is where it gets even crazier. Everybody got arrested, of course. The father got quite a long time in jail, but the two boys also got sentenced to 15 years in a Venezuelan jail, which, if you don't know, is not very nice. Now, these two boys were not cut out for jail life, but they've got his dad there. He's going to look after them. Wrong. In jail, the dad didn't even acknowledge them at all. Never uttered a word to either of them. Didn't come over and say sorry for, bringing them over and getting them arrested. Nah, didn't feel the need for that. In fact, he just started his own gang in the prison and just went on with his life there, pretending the kids didn't even exist and it was his fault they were there. But these boys were in there for a 15-year sentence and they didn't even do anything wrong. Luckily, they had a very good lawyer and did manage to negotiate a deal to get out after 3 years. And when they left, Paris's father didn't even say goodbye or anything to the boys, and he is still in that jail to this day.